feeling like I'm academics. Can't ride no way.
Umar video. Dr. Umar did a video? Who did Umar do an interview with?
The status is Yoruba culture. Ifa is a cousin to voodoo. Very similar, but there are some differences. So the deities are very similar. Ogun, I am a son of Ogun. So in African culture, everybody in here is born under the protection of a guardian spirit. You're ruling Orisha, right? Mine is Ogun, the divinity of war, iron, power, and justice. That is the Orisha that was evoked at Bois Iman in Haiti that gave birth to the Haitian Revolution. In Haiti, they'll call it Ogun, you see. Because we had to hide our African spirituality.
All right, some people say you could just go to the neighborhood talk, and apparently there's an abridged version. Let me hear what he's saying. What the fuck is that? Here we go.
Me to say, oh, hip hop in 50 years has made sure that black people now are respected, and no, that's never gonna happen.
What has it done for the people?
It gave you listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
Nigga, I'm leaving.
We're moving. We're literally we're moving goalposts.
It ain't done shit in 50 years for the community.
It
made individuals rich, and that's it.
It then gave jobs to. It then gave jobs to.
It gave a couple jobs. The drug dealer giving out a couple jobs too.
But the drug dealer is. The drug dealer is essential to the black community in the ghetto. You can't tell me that somebody grew up in the hood.
Hip hop ain't done shit concretely beneficial to the black community. You gave me
incorrect.
fashion. The first thing out of your mouth was fashion.
I gave you fashion, and you started yelling over me.
What else?
But then also, then there's technological advancement. Podcasting, for example. Look at all the black people that now have access to jobs and ways to make money due to that. We're still talking about rap. We're still talking about cinema. We're still talking about.
Is this the
discuss hip hop being in desperate need of a Me Too movement?
Yes.
I talk about this.
Yes.
You know, we've come across each other and stuff.
Yes,
you know, through Unc, through Charlotte.
Yes,
but yeah, I'm always saying that. I think my problem is that when we sit as black people or members of black people as members of the hip hop community, we can't allow outsiders. We can't allow people, and sometimes it's black people that are outsiders too.
Okay.
Not every black person is a participant or lives the hip hop culture. You may be a black person, but the hip hop culture you may not subscribe to.
Okay.
Right. So just because you're black, I don't look at you for that. Right. I need to know that you partake in the hip hop culture, that you subscribe to the hip hop culture, to have such not talking about you.
I got
and
you.
I'm saying when we're looking at that. Basically, so to say that, I said
I have a cause to pause here, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, they just told me that I'm number one on the hip hop media list, but some of this hip hop culture shit that I feel like is hip hop, I don't subscribe to. I feel like a lot of hip hop is crime culture, and I don't subscribe to that. I call the police on everybody. I will, 100%. Might call the cops now just for fun, just make sure it works. I pay a lot of taxes. Here's the thing. Sometimes I feel like what people lump into hip hop culture seems to be bad behavior, and I'm not sure if this young man is doing the same. But that's why I said I had a cause to pause, because I need that to be defined. What do you mean not everything? Like, what's hip hop culture, right? I don't think we get a definition, so I won't even get into it.
The degeneracy, saying that is a part of hip hop, I don't know if it is. I know it's a crime. I know that it is a byproduct of, most times it's a byproduct of being poor and growing up in
hip hop culture. And let me take what I take from that. Hip hop culture comes across as street culture, right? And I've always kind of rebelled against that, because it's like, if hip hop culture is a culture of continuing or ignoring crime being committed in a certain precinct, I don't want to be a part of that hip hop culture, right? There's certain things that I feel like that are street culture that people ingratiate into hip hop culture. Hip hop is supposed to be something cultural and based around maybe some music and traditions. That once I start see like crime culture come, basically be seen as hip hop culture, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Poor, underprivileged communities. Like you said, you're a political scientist. I know you've seen it. All the studies show that it's not a black crime problem. That crime is is when opportunity meets underserved communities. That's why when they talk about crime in black neighborhoods, why? Because that's where the most poor people are, right? Crime happens where there are poor people, where there are not opportunities, where opportunities are far and few between, right? So
That's not rain.
is it? Yeah, that is.
Go ahead, bro.
Did anybody in hip hop so accountable?
A journalist is trained to report the news as it occurred without passion or prejudice. Our hip hop artists do not report their experience without passion or prejudice. They report it with both passion and prejudice, and they glamorize and glorify it. To tell me that this is all I can rap about because this is all I've seen when you living in $1 million mansion and your kids go to a white school, that's a complete hypocrite.
I agree, but I would
understand?
ask who still does that.
Who still does that?
Like perfect example. You brought up
Who
Jay.
are the top 10 hip hop artists currently rapping right now?
Meek Mill still rap about mass murder, and he's on a reform team, and his kids, I know for a fact, live in mansions. Yeah, the majority of gangster rapper does that. Lil Baby just showed us his crib. His kids live lovely. He's not rapping about private school. Like, that's the part of hip hop I don't like when people act like, oh, what are we talking about? No. I agree with Umar with this.
Now, what is the content of their music?
I would challenge that most of them are not rap today. Or are you talking about all time?
Right now.
Yeah, I would challenge that all 10 of them are probably not talking about anything hood because that's not the most prevalent music right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Who?
Fabio Foreign's a hood nigga. He's still rapping about spinning. Meek Mill is a activist with the reform team. He's still rapping about killing. YG lives in a mansion. He's still rapping about gangbanging. Are we like retarded now? Like, Umar's right.
Travis
All right,
Scott.
so we're talking about trap. I got this. You got Travis Scott.
What's
He
his
ain't-
content?
We don't know what he's saying.
Nobody's ever looked at Travis Scott for gangster. Travis Scott has never talked about gangster shit. You see, this is why sometimes you can't have these conversations. This young man is being facetious. We've never looked at Travis Scott and said, oh, you're rapping about killing and murder. We've looked at Meek Mill and said he's rapping about killing and murder. 10 years later, getting off probation, getting your record clean, living in a mansion, having your kids go to the best schools in America, he's still rapping a killing and murder. YG just led a whole walk in Compton. He's not just on the corner banging no more, just talking about whatever Pyru or Blood, whatever they're doing. He's still rapping about killing and murder. Like, what are we talking about? These rappers don't grow. That's a fact. I agree with that. These niggas don't grow.
But he's not talking about hood shit. He might be at most talking about like illicit drug use, but that's what he does.
But that's part of it.
That's not a good example.
He's the top 10 though.
He said top 10. What gangster rappers are top 10?
Top 10 street rappers.
That,
No, but
that's not what he said.
overall.
He
He
didn't
said-
ask
You gotta
for that
deal-
caveat.
Deal with both.
He said
let's
both.
deal with the top 10.
And so if there's top 10, that's
First
the
off-
top
first
10. Those
off,
are the people that are
that's the
on.
biggest,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are the
The
biggest
biggest
artists. And those are the
artists.
people that are selling to
Who?
the mass.
I went to Youngboy's crib. That crib was a marvel. That was some shit. Yeah, he's rapping about all that shit. Like, Youngboy is not rapping about, I went to Youngboy's crib. That shit is amazing. He is not rapping about that. He's rapping about murder.
Audience, I would
Travis
say
Scott?
Travis Scott. He ain't rapping about that. Maybe Kendrick, but he has balance. Drake. We all know when he talks that gangster shit, he's cosplaying. But
Yeah, but he talked the gangster shit.
he does.
Drake
He has
talks the
he has
gangster
some of that.
Who else?
Who would be up there? Then
Future?
Future.
Future talked the gangster shit.
Future talks the gangster shit. Who then
21 Savage talks the gangster shit.
Moving? Unpack a lot more for way
my
less with
God. I know, Chad. I'm sorry.
You
Tell you
said
what,
him
he's
top 10?
Right now, he's top 10 for sure.
He's top 10.
Okay, boom. He's talking that gangster shit.
J. Cole,
He's not talking that gangster shit at all.
Right, I'll give Jay a pass.
Lil Uzi.
But
No.
no, but let's talk the most popular. Like we're talking Boss Man D-Lo, Sexy Red.
I don't think the most of the country knows who
No,
Boss Man
he's
D-Lo
not-
is.
he's not-
Here's
It's Sexy Red.
But-
I don't think most.
But you know what?
Go ahead,
Here's
go ahead, go
my
ahead.
rebuttal. And
Yes,
this
sir.
is why I disagree. You can't pick and choose what you want to consider and not consider hip hop when it's all done under that umbrella and nothing publicly is being done to differentiate.
I think the umbrella is blackness,
Same thing
not
with the Muslims.
hip hop.
He in my mosque praying.
Mm-hmm.
He on the street killing. But when you come to me and ask me to hold him accountable, oh, he's not a good Muslim. But he's in your mosque though. So you saying that ain't really hip hop, but they all at the BET Awards though. They all at the concerts. They all at the
Which is
at the big
which is there to
events.
celebrate the work, not
You
the
see
human.
what you're doing? But you see what you're doing?
I'm just talking about I'm talking about the atmosphere.
Yeah, but
the
you're picking and choosing,
award,
bro.
the-
When is hip hop going to put some structure to the shit?
I agree.
Let me give you an example.
I think this other young man is here to give like maybe good content. I don't think he's making. I don't think he's here to like give the Valiant points.
We're in
Let me give you an
agreement.
example.
Yeah.
Just like on the CDs, you know how they used to put parental advisory explicit lyrics?
Yes,
There needs to be
they
a
still do
stamp
that.
that said, right. But there needs to be a stamp that says this is not hip hop. You see what I'm saying? And let me tell you why hip hop doesn't hold gangster rap accountable. Because they the ones making the damn money. And nobody want to get cut out of being particularly included in on that. Why nobody rebuked the NWA? Because look what they were selling. Nobody never stepped to Big or Jay or any of the artists who was into the gangster shit because they sell. Nobody want to be on the wrong side of making money. Money came first. It's the same reason why hip hop was sold out to the white industry.
It's immediately.
Because everybody cared about the money.
Right.
When we was selling hip hop out of our trunk and everybody was having fun, that's where it should have stayed. But niggas got thirsty for being rich and famous. And they sold it out like every other part of our culture got sold out. Music, dance, jazz. Hip hop ain't the only thing,
Yeah.
but I'm just showing
It's
you.
it's just the most vocal
Yes.
and easy. The only challenge I have
Y'all can't be picking and choosing.
When
That
you
is
say
so
big-
disingenuous because y'all don't make no distinctions nowhere else.
when you say Big died at 24. We don't know where he would have.
I agree,
went.
but you still got
Jay-
to take at the material.
but-
I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
I'm not
I know
throwing
that.
Big out. I'm just saying,
But
our
specific-
greatest artist. There you go.
We specifically
There
when we
you
talk
go.
about Jay.
Our
Jay's
greatest
not
artist-
rapping about. He's not rapping about being losing 92 bricks no more. He's rapping about art and wishing he
Well,
would have made
he's
better
on his way to
choices.
60 now. But
I'm
his
just saying
first
that-
4 albums was about what?
That was his access. That's where he was. If we're going to give them the room to grow,
But here we go. We're going back to the journalist argument. They're not reporting what they went through neutrally like a journalist. They are celebrating and glorifying it. You understand? Look at all the rap beefs. They glorify and glamorize because conflict sells.
you benefit from your experience. And I'm talking about you. You benefit from your experience, everything you've studied, everything you researched.
Yeah, but I'm from the ghetto too.
I'm not.
I
oh,
could do
we're
what
not.
they did.
Yeah,
I
we're
never
not.
gangbanged
No,
them, but I
I'm-
could talk about what I've seen.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not even challenging that. I'm just saying you sit here today, Harold. We're all excited and we're all appreciative and cherish the
So
moment we
you're
have
saying
with
they
you.
had to glamorize it.
I'm not saying they had a glamorize. I'm saying they made
Because
they
Public
made
Enemy was
something
from the hood, but Public Enemy chose to flip it.
right. But that's
And when
what
I
Chuck
look at
D
it, Big
decided
Daddy
to
Kane
do.
or Rakim, they was into the gangster shit, but they also had that other side of consciousness with them. I could deal with that because it was a bad.
Listen, we could love hip hop. To a young man who's going against Umar, Umar's right. Like, yeah, like, put like this. there's ways to portray it, right? If somebody was in a particular neighborhood where there's a shootout, they could choose to depict it, be like, hey, this shootout is making everybody uncomfortable. It's making me fearful. I can't go outside. I can't do this. People acting a certain way doesn't make me feel comfortable. That's one way to kind of depict it versus, yo, niggas be getting their brains blown out here. Like, yo, that's gonna be kind of glamorized. I get that.
Balance hip hop. The Big Daddy Kane, the KRS. It was a balance hip hop. It's full tilt now.
I don't know if I don't know if that's true based on just the level of music that everyone has access to. Right? If you have access to this much music.
Why defend it? I'm gonna give you the same argument I gave them about Drake not coming out telling everybody he black.
What?
Why defend it? And why not just make them accountable?
I think because like I said earlier, I think the conversation is deeper, and we're going to need someone like you and other like-minded people that are going to be able to have that conversation outside of
Gangsterism. Is that acceptable?
Is it hold the kids accountable if no
I'm
one's
holding
guiding
the
them?
entire culture accountable for letting it go on.
Yes, we would have to
You
hold
see what I'm saying?
but that doesn't mean allowing the painting of the degeneracy to then say this represents hip hop. Because if that's
is not hip hop primarily represented by gangster rap.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, I would disagree.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
I would
Who
disagree.
your top 10 rappers of all time? Give me your top
my
five.
personal
Yours.
top, my personal top 5. It goes Jay-Z, it goes Rakim, it goes Andre 3000, Big, Kendrick.
Okay. 2 of those gangster, 2 of them not, and then one is kind of in the middle. You're still at 50% gangsterism. Is that acceptable?
Is it acceptable? Who's the gangster?
Jay-Z was gangster shit.
But we've also seen him progress out of it.
Nah, Jay-Z's
You don't get to progress. You don't get to progress.
Can I ask you a question?
Of
If
course.
I sold dope for 30 years,
Yeah.
and I gave it up and now I'm raising my kids,
Yeah.
am I off the hook for creating a whole generation of drug addicts?
What have you done to amend for it?
What has he done to amend for it?
He's openly giving money to underfunded communities.
Stop. How many schools has he?
I think I met this individual. Well, I don't know if I met him. I think I saw him. I saw him at a Complex Con before. I think this was like one of Charlamagne's proteges. Like, is this Mouse Jones? He looks different here, though. I don't know if this is him. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's trying to make good content, because he's making the worst arguments I've ever heard. Nigga, Jay-Z, Jay-Z's one of the main reasons why niggas think that, like, selling drugs to your own community is cool. Like, let's be very fucking clear. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hate when niggas do this weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, no, Jay-Z's one of the main reasons why niggas think selling and peddling poison to your community is a very cool thing. Like, Jay-Z's era are the same era that says, yo, this is why I don't fuck with the new era. At least we were selling. Y'all niggas is users. Well, both of y'all are both degenerates. Whether you sold it to the community or you were the consumers, y'all both a piece of shit. So I agree with Dr. Umar when he says, well, what if they had done it to atone? And I'm gonna be honest with you, the answer here I just think is weak.
Degeneracy to then say this represents hip hop. Because if that's
Is not hip hop primarily represented by gangster rap?
No.
Yes, it is.
No, I would disagree.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
I would
Who
disagree.
your top 10 rappers of all time?
Oh, I thought we
Give me your top
my
five.
personal
Yours.
Big, Kendrick.
Percent gangsterism. Is that acceptable?
Is it acceptable? Who's the gangster?
Jay-Z was gangster shit.
But we've also seen him progress out of it. You don't get to progress. You don't get to progress.
Can I ask you a question? If I sold dope for 30 years,
Yeah.
and I gave it up and now I'm raising my kids,
Yeah.
am I off the hook for creating a whole generation of drug addicts?
What have you done to amend for it?
What has he done to amend for it?
He's openly giving money to underfunded communities.
Stop. How many schools has he built?
None.
Stop. How many hospitals has he built?
None.
Stop. How many banks has he built?
None.
How many supermarkets has he built?
None.
I don't care about nothing else you got to say. Relevant institutions,
In
bro.
that
Don't give me no
case-
handouts.
in
Don't give me
that-
no charity.
In that case, are you any less useful or
Absolutely, because I got two
impactful to the
schools and
community?
one about to open. You damn
But
right.
if no one can benefit from the school, what's the difference? As of right now, in this moment, if no one can benefit from said school,
It's a big
then
difference
how is it
because
different
even though
from
the children can't go to the school right now, you're talking to a man who saved more black children from the school to prison pipeline than any black man ever walk in this country. So I'm still relevant. How
And
many
you
he
would-
saved from the school to prison pipeline?
everyone he's employed?
How many people he employed? I bet you I say more than him.
From Rock
How many
Nation
of
to
them?
Rockefeller.
But my point is, to whom much is given, much is received. I'm not a billionaire. He's a billionaire.
Nah, with all due respect to I don't know if it's Mouse Jones' name. Nigga, Jay-Z's a capitalist, nigga. That nigga don't give a fuck about nobody else, my nigga. Let's be honest.
You understand? So, to your point, you can't compare him to me because I'm not a billionaire. A billionaire gave out some charity. That's not enough. Billionaires should be building institutions, not giving out charity. And I like Jay, so this is not about Jay. We could talk about Tyler Perry, we could talk about Puff, we could talk about Serena, we could talk about Rihanna, we could talk about Tiger Woods, Bob Johnson, we could talk about any billionaire. We're just using Jay as the example. My point is, if you're a billionaire and you ain't built no institutions for black people, what are you really doing?
That I'll give you. That I'll give you. But I cannot.
And we can go bigger than that. We just sort of celebrated 50
Years
years
of
of hip hop. What has been the sum benefit to black people of 50 years of hip hop?
Outside of economic advancement,
What was the economic advancement of black America because of
it's
hip
our
hop?
business. It's the biggest. It's their biggest export. Every
What's up, y'all? I'm Terrence J, and we're back for another ride with the.
Nigga, Terrence J still alive? Fuck.
community.
I'm gonna ask you again.
Yes, sir.
How did black America benefit from 50 years of hip hop? And don't give me individual rappers. That's called tokenism and bourgeoisie.
I won't give. No, I won't give you tokenism. I
How
will
have
give
we
you
benefited as a people from hip hop?
advancements in fashion.
How? Fashion. That's
No,
nothing.
you if.
Advancement in
Nah,
fashion,
I
that
can't
ain't
let you have that.
nothing.
That one I
Fashion
can't let you
we
have
don't
that.
control fashion. What are you
Anyone
talking
that's
about?
able to make money, any black person that's able to make a living in an industry,
Bro, how many is that? The labels that
It's
people
way
wear
more
is
now.
white people
it's,
labels.
It's way more now
What is
than
it?
what was going on.
Like, but that's not a real benefit.
I would disagree.
How is black
disagree.
America benefiting from fashion? What are we talking
Any
about?
advancement in fashion
How
for black
do we benefit
people.
from fashion, bro?
But those same companies just came out. What was the company that came out and they're boosting up their prices for bags by like thousands of dollars?
LVMH.
Yeah, that's not beneficial to black people.
Yeah.
So
You're missing what I'm saying. If hip hop, when hip hop comes, hip hop is an entire culture. Our fashion, the way we walk, the way
How
we talk.
is that a benefit to black America?
Because now people who didn't have access to jobs in the fashion, black people specifically, who didn't have access to jobs before the explosion of hip hop, 50 years
these
ago.
white companies that make billions of dollars.
Forget the
off
white
of
companies.
our-
I'm talking about black-owned companies
like
that have
who?
come.
How many?
Fubu, Carl
Kanai.
Kanai.
I'm getting out of here.
What?
Fuck wearing Fubu and Carcanine in 2024.
You said in
Come on, man.
you're moving.
Come on.
You're moving the goal.
That's bullshit.
You're moving the goalpost.
Who wearing that?
You're moving the goalpost.
Come on,
You
man.
said in 50 years.
Oh, come on.
You said in 50 years.
You reaching, bro. You reaching.
That's not true though. People
I'm-
say
That is a reach. What?
You said in 50 years.
50 years.
What has
You said 50
transpired?
years.
This ninja went back to the late 80s.
No.
This is crazy.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
but,
is.
But it's not as obvious. It's not where it was before. But the advancement that those four men.
Boom, boom, boom.
So 50 years,
I
you had
bravado.
on the Fubu jacket.
Okay. That's all I could take. Thank you. All right. All right. Time is it? It's almost 2 o'clock. Do I got any more topics or am I calling it? I know we haven't hit 5 hours, but I might just call it early tonight, chat. We got to get back on consistency, not necessarily longer streams.